Good morning, students. Welcome back to online video lectures of microprocessors and microcontroller. The last class we have studied the introduction about the second unit, that is assembly language programming and interfacing of 8086 microprocessor. In the last class I have explained what is the necessity of assembly language programming and how that will be converted into machine language which can be read by the microprocessor. In the last class I have explained. In assembly language program, every line is named as assembly text. In the assembly text we have the four parts, and that is a label, mnemonic, and the operands and the comment. Label is nothing but it is the optional field. If you remember the label, and you can write the label in the assembly text. And the next one is about mnemonic, that is nothing but a short form of instruction. And the next part is nothing but operands. Operand is nothing but data on which the instruction is going to operate. And the last part is nothing but it is a comment. What exactly the instruction is going to operate, that is going to perform, we are going to represent that is in the comment. And coming to here, we know the necessity of assembler. Assembler is a program which converts assembly language program into machine language, because the microprocessor can understand the machine language only, that is in zeros and ones, whereas the programmer cannot write the program in the zeros and ones. The programmer is used to write the program in the language that is called assembly language program, and that in that assembly language program we used to use some English words. But that cannot be understood by the microprocessor. Microprocessor can understood only the binary language, that is machine language, so that the assembly language program has to be converted into machine language using another program that is called assembler. So assembler is a program which can convert assembly language program into the machine language. Then only that whatever the instructions we are given, whatever the data we have given to the microprocessor, that can be readable by the microprocessor. And here in the last class we have studied what is the necessity of assembler, because the programmer writes the program in assembly language program, whereas the microprocessor cannot understand that assembly language program. Here we require one more program which has to convert assembly language program into the machine language, and that program is named as assembler. Assembler mainly performs the three functions. Assembler mainly performs the three functions, that is nothing but it converts the assembly language program into machine language. Assembly language program means we can write that assembly language program with the short form of English words. And whereas machine language is nothing but it is a code language, and which will be represented in the zeros and ones. So the programmer cannot remember all these zeros and ones if he wanted to write the program in the machine language, so that he requires the assembler. So assembler is a program which can convert the assembly language program into the machine language. Not only it makes the conversion, it also, assembler also decide the address location of labels. So we have discussed what is the label in the assembly language program. In the assembly language programming, each line is named as assembly text. In this first field is nothing but a label. That means what? Label is nothing but it is the location of address. So it assembler defines, or assembler decides the address location of label, and they substitute the values of variable and constant. If in the assembly text you are having the variables and the some constant values, so that they will substitute, the assembler is going to substitute the machinery code, that machine language codes and which is equivalent to the variables and the constant. First important function of the assembler, it converts assembly language program into the machine language, and second one, it decides the address location for the labels and it substitutes the values for the variables and constant if there are there in the assembly text. That is nothing but one line in the assembly language program is called assembly text. And again it is going to form the code for the mnemonic and data. We know that assembly text is a one line in the assembly language program in which we can have the label, so that it decides the address location for the label. The assembler decides the address location for the label. Second field is nothing but it is a mnemonic. Mnemonic is nothing but what? It is a short form of instruction, and that this assembler is going to form the code for that mnemonic also. And again that mnemonic is converted into machinery form, and again it is going to form the code for the data. Data maybe it is operand. In the assembly text, if you are having the constants and variables also, and that can be substituted by the machine code, and that is in the zeros and ones. So from this what we can conclude, that assembler is a program which is an interface, which is a converter which has been converting assembly language program into the machine language, and this assembly language program is programmed by the programmer, whereas machine language can read by the microprocessor, so that the assembler is converting assembly language program into machine language. It is not only converting the assembly language program into machine language, whatever the fields are there in assembly language program, all will be converted into machine language. If the label is there, that identifies the particular, it decides the address location for a label. If it is having the mnemonic is converted into the code. If it is having the operand, that may be source operand and destination operand, that is also converted into the code. And the last one, it substitutes the values for the variables and the constants. This is the main functions of the assembler. Assembler is going to convert assembly language program into the machine language. But in conversion of assembly language program to the machine language, it requires some directions. That directions the assembler is going to get from the some more words, and that are called as assembler directives. These are the words which are going to direct the assembler such that it is going to understand how to convert complete assembly language program into the machine language. The definition of the assembler directives is very, very important. These are the words which directs the assembler to understand the complete assembly language program to convert into the machine language, so that this assembler has been getting the directions to convert assembly language program to the machine language, so that these words are named as assembler directives. This from the assembler we are defining the assembler directives. These are the English words which directs, these are the short form of English words which directs the assembler to understand complete assembly language program to convert into the machine language. So that assembler directives helps the assembler to understand the assembly language program and to prepare the code for that assembly language program. That assembly language program will have the label, so that assembler directs will decide the address location for that label. And again that assembly language program is going to have the mnemonics and operands and some data that may be constant and the variable. All these will be understood by the assembler with the help of assembler directive, so that it creates the proper machine code, machine language for the given assembler text. It prepares the proper code for the given assembly language. And these, you should remember one important thing is that these assembler directives are not the instructions. These are the not instructions. Instruction is nothing but what? it is going to perform some operation on the data, but here the directive is nothing but in conversion of assembly language program to the machine language, these directives are going to direct the assembler such that it is going to create the proper code for all the fields which are there in the assembly text. That may be label, that may be mnemonic, that may be operands, and that may be comment. Comment is not going to convert into the machine language. Here we are going to have the assembler directives. These are nothing but these are the English words which directs the assembler to understand the complete assembly language program such that it prepares the proper code for that assembly language program. That code is also named as machine language. And you should remember that assembler directives are not the instruction. These are not the instructions of 8086 microprocessor instruction set. These assembler directives also named as pseudo operations. Assembler directives also named as pseudo operators, and these assembler directives give the directions to the assembler by some words. These assembler directives nothing but what? These are the English words, simple short form of English words which give the directions to the assembler in conversion of assembly language program to the machine language, because the 8086 microprocessor can understand only machine language, but the programmer cannot program the 8086 microprocessor in the machine language. In order to program the 8086 microprocessor in the machine language, the programmer has to remember or memorize the many number of instructions in the binary form. It is practically not possible. So that to make the programming is easier, we are writing the program in the language that is called assembly language program, and which will have short form of English words and the numericals and some labeling, some mnemonics, so that will easily understood by the programmer, such that has to be converted into the machine language, then only that will be understood by the microprocessor. Then this is about need of assembler and the assembler directive. Just now I have explained the functions of assembler and what is the necessity of assembler, and what is the definition for the assembler directives, and what is the necessity of assembler directives I have explained. But in the 8086 microprocessor we are having many assembler directives, but the mostly used assembly directives I am going to explain in this video. As the 8086 microprocessor is having some instructions and it is having large number of instructions in the instruction set, and here it is also having the assembly directives which are having so that I am going to explain the commonly used assembly directives in this class. I am going to explain the 9 assembly directives in this class, and remaining will be explained in the next class with the tomorrow's class. This assembler directives is going to completed, so that we are going to study the interfacing of 8086 microprocessor. So that I am going with we are going with the 9 assembler directives. First assembler directive is nothing but assume. First assembler directive is assume. This is nothing but assume logical segment. Then what is the meaning of this one? This assembler directives tells to the assembler, this assembler directive. That means what? Assembler directive is going to direct the assembler, so that it is going to tells to the assembler name of the logical segment has to be assumed for different physical segment. Name of the logical segment has to be assumed. Assume means we need to assume that the name of the logical segment has to be assumed for different physical segment. We know the physical segment, there are the 4 physical segment: data segment, extra segment, code segment, and the stack segment. So that for these segments we need to assume a logical name. We need to assume the logical segment name, and that has to be represented with the assembler directive, that is assume. So that I am going with the one particular example. Assume CS code. CS stands for it is a code segment and it is a physical segment, and it is code is nothing but now the machine codes are available in the logical segment name is code. That means what? Whatever the data is there in the code segment, that is converted into the machinery form, and that machinery codes are available in the logical segment name is code. That machine codes are available in the logical segment name is called, here given as in capital letter, that is code. That means what? Here assume is nothing but we need to assume the name of the logical segment by assumed need to assume the logical segment for the different physical segment. There are the 4 physical segments, we know. That means by taking this example we can come to know the what is the exact direction that assuming is given to the assembler. Here assume CS dot code means here the machine codes are available. Machine codes are available. Code segment is nothing but it is going to have the address location of that particular codes, and so that it is telling that machine codes are available in the logical segment name is, that is code. This is the first assembler directive, and we are going to have the remaining 8 assembler directive. This is define byte, define word, define double byte, define quadra byte, define 10 bytes, and end. And this is end end procedure or end program, and here end segment. By using this assembler directives, the assembler is going to get the direction such that it can understand the assembly language program, so that it can prepare the proper code for the given assembly language program. And the second one we are going to describe, that is second one, that is define byte. Define byte is nothing but the define byte is a directive which is used to declare a byte of variable and create the storage for a byte or a group of bytes. That means what? It is directing the assembler. It is directing the assembler to declare a byte of variable and create the storage for a byte or group of bytes. Then the operand can one or more 8-bit numerical values. So that I am going with the one example for this one. For this define byte, I am going with the one example. Define byte, I am going with the example. Define byte, that is I am going with the example current, temperature, DB24 or 24H. H nothing but it is a hexadecimal number. In the above example, in this example, this define byte directives tells the assembler to reserve 1 byte of memory for the variable named current temperature. That means what? It is a current temperature is about 24H. 24H is a hexadecimal number, and this DB is directing the assembler to reserve 1 byte of memory for a variable named as current temperature, that is to store the value 24H. And like this you can go with the another one, that is define byte is completed, and next one is define quad word. Define quad word is nothing but here this directive is used to direct the assembler to reserve 4 words, that is 8 bytes. 4 words is nothing but 8 bytes, so that you can go with the example, that is start. You can go with this is define quad word, so that it is going to have 8 bytes, so that 8 bytes means you can represent the numbers like this, such that which is going to equals to the 8 bytes. So that in this example the directive that is define a quad word directs the assembler to reserve 8 byte of memory for a variable named, that is start. Here this is variable name is what? It is a start, and so that this is define quad word is define quad word is directing the assembler to reserve 8 bytes of memory for a variable named start, and puts the values of whatever we have given, that is represented in the hexadecimal number. In similar to that one, next one is define 10 bytes. Define 10 bytes. We are going with the fifth one is about define 10 bytes. Define 10 bytes is represented with the DT, and in this in this, the directives may be used to case of variables facing heavy numerical calculation, so that it is going to have the memory, it is going to direct the assembler to store, to have the memory of 10 bytes, so that earlier that is about that 8 bytes, and here this is 10 bytes. In case of define quad, it is used to have the memory, it is used to direct the assembler to have the memory of 8 byte. In case of define 10 bytes, it is going to direct the assembler to have the memory of 10 bytes, and such that you can go with the any one example that is going to have the define 10 bytes. And the next one is about we are going to discuss, the next one is define double word. Define word, we are going with the define word means what? That we are going to have that this particular assembler directive is going to give the direction to the assembler such that it is going to allocate the memory of word, and such that it is going to create it is going to give the direction to the assembler. That is, I am going with the one example. Start, instead of DQ, what we have to use here? DW is nothing but what? Define word. So that if we are going with the one numerical value 1 2 3 4 H, so that this directive, what it is giving the direction to the assembler. In this example, this define word directive tells the assembler to reserve 2 byte of memory. Here word is nothing but it is a 16 bit is nothing but it is a 2 byte, so that earlier we have discussed that is 8 byte and the 10 byte, and the define word is nothing but it is a 2 byte, so that in this the define word directive tells the assembler to reserve 2 bytes of memory for a variable named as what? It is a start. This first word is nothing but it is a variable name, that is start, and so that this assembler directive is going to direct the assembler to have the memory of 2 bytes and in the variable name, that is start. And likewise you can go with the define double word also. Define double word is a 16 bit, double word is nothing but it is that is 32 bits or more than 32 bits you can go with, so that you can again go with the define double word. DD is nothing but define double word, and so that you can take the any example, again take the same example, start in place of DW, and we are going with the DD. DD stands for, it is a assembler directive, that is define double word, and such that in this example here we are going to have the and 2 more words, so that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 H, so that this is one word and this is another word, so that by using define double word assembler directive, assembler is going to get the direction from this assembler directive such that it is going to give the memory of the double word and the variable name, that is called start. Like that you can go with the define double word. And the next assembler directive is nothing but end program. End program is represented with the assembler directive, that is end, so that after executing some instructions, we must write the end as an assembler directive, such that beyond that end, if any instruction is there, that is not going to execute those instructions, so that we have to write end in every program, end of the every program. In this, assembler directives which put after the last statement of a program to tell the assembler that is the end of the program module. So that we can go with the example, some program is there and here you should write, if this program is written in code segment, and you should write this is end of code segment likewise, so that after this end assembler directives, if it have any instruction, it is not going to execute those instructions, so that this is the assembler directive which tells to the assembler such that the assembler is not going to convert the assembly text after the end assembler directive. Whatever the assembly text is there, not going to convert into the machine language if it is having after the end of program. Then next one is the end procedure and the procedures and the macros. is going to cover in the next class, because from the procedures and macros of the assembler directives we are going to get the one long answer question, and these two are very very important in the assembler directives. Last one is a end segment. In this class we are going to close this discussion is with another assembler directive, that is called end segment. That means what? The microprocessor has been executing some instructions so that it has been accessing the one particular physical segment, that is a data segment, extra segment, code segment, after using any one segment, and it has to terminate the operations from that segment, so that it has to use the assembler directive that is called end segment. That is the end S is nothing but end segment, so that by seeing that one assembler directive, assembler is going to stop the converting the assembly language program into the machine language from that segment whatever which is defined in the syntax. So that here we have discussed some commonly used assembly directives in the 8086 microprocessor. And the assembler directives nothing but these are the short form of the English words, and these are not the instructions of 8086 microprocessor, and this tells to the assembler to understand the assembly language program and to prepare the proper code for the given assembly language program. And so that we are having in the 8086 microprocessor we are having the more number of assembler directives, but we are going to discuss what are the commonly used assembler directives. We have discussed just now 9 assembler directives we have discussed. First one is assume, next one define byte and define quad and define double byte, and likewise we have discussed double word and define 10 bytes, and likewise we have discussed around 9 assembler directives, and the remaining assembler directives we are going to cover in the next class. And from these assembler directives you may ask a question that explain any 5 of assembly directives of 8086 microprocessor for the 10 marks. Any 5 of assembler directives of 8086 microprocessor in detail. Otherwise, by giving the specific assembler directives in the question itself, you should explain for the 10 marks, so that it is very very important topic in the examination point of view. Simply you should know that assembler directives nothing but these are the short form of the English words, these are not the instructions which tells to the assembler to understand the assembly language program to prepare the proper code for that given assembly language program. And assembler nothing but it is a program which converts the assembly language into the machine language. And in tomorrow's class we are going to study the remaining part of the assembler directives. Thank you.